Welcome back to another Celebrity Sweets. I'm Ethan, and recently Katy Perry dropped a new song, Small Talk. And if you think we do too many Katy Perry treats on the channel, is there a thing as too many Katy Perry treats? I don't think so. If you didn't already know or couldn't already tell, like, major Katy stan right here. So of course I want to make a treat inspired by her newest single, Small Talk, which I think is just a little cute song. Now, one of the lines in the song is, everybody at the party thinks you're the best since sliced bread.
Everybody at the party thinks that you're the best since sliced bread.
And when I thought of that, I thought, why not make bread? So we're going to be making just like some little bread rolls almost. However, we're also going to make these look like little flowers because there's a lot of flowers on the single art and there's no music video yet, but hold on, it's coming. But yeah, there's just a lot of flowers all over, so we're gonna make our rolls look like that. And then when you slice this bread, it'll look like a flower inside the bread. I'm really excited. And now there's nothing left but ingredients. Right? Flour, water, 2 measurements of sugar, oil, yeast, and salt. To begin making this bread, we want to start with our yeast, which isn't as strange what yeast does. Like, it makes it rise. And it's like alive. Kind of crazy. We're gonna add in all of our yeast, our smaller measurement of sugar, and all of our water. Ooh, this is hot water. Hot like Katy Perry. Give your yeast mixture a little bit of a mix, making sure that everything is incorporated. Okay, so I realized that bowl that I had it in was just a little too small. We are making bread here after all. I know it's awkward. I gotta know somebody. Honestly, it'd probably be a while. To our yeast, we now want to add in our oil and whisk it up as well. We have all of our wet ingredients for this bread already mixed, so now I can start adding in our dry. I'm going to start by adding in the remainder of our sugar and salt. Whisk those up as well. And now we can start adding in our flour. This is really what's going to make this bread a bread. Bread is basically flour and yeast. And everything else we added. Okay. And I'll just add about 1/2 cup of flour into our bread at a time, mixing until smooth. Eventually you'll get to a point where it is no longer able to be mixed with a whisk, so you're gonna have to use your hands. Our bread dough is starting to look more like dough. However, we need to knead this. What we're looking for is the dough to become like smooth and elastic. Small talk? Should we have some small talk while we roll this out? How's the weather? Let me just say, thank goodness for sped up footage, because I was kneading this dough for like 10 minutes. That would have been the most boring 10 minutes of your life. Let me just say. But like, there's nowhere my hands haven't been on this dough. Once you do have a nice ball of dough, we want to transfer it into a larger bowl for its first step in rising. I've greased the sides of the bowl and I'll place our dough ball in it. And now it is nap time, so we get to cover him up, wrap it up in a little bit of a towel, basically just place a towel on top. And we want to let this dough sit and rise in a warm place for about an hour to an hour and a half. You just want to see it like double in size. Okay, it's now time to see if our dough has risen. It's been an hour and a half. Yes, it did. This part right here is pretty fun because now we actually want to punch down this dough and just like make it all a dough again. Ready? Yeah. At this point, our dough kind of bounces back when you touch it, which is really fun. So let's color some bread. I'm gonna start with our yellow since that's the biggest, adding a few drops. You want them to be very vibrant when they bake, so obviously add a little bit more than you normally would. Mix it up, knead it around with your hands, and then set it down. Then I'll repeat this process for the rest of our colors. I've got red. I would definitely recommend gloves because I think my hands are permanently stained. Purple, orange, and like a spring green. I've colored all of our dough and I've colored my hands, so like let's move on to rolling this out. I'm gonna start by rolling out our yellow dough, and I'll roll this about 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick. Sometimes it's easier to kind of just like shimmy it on down too. Like, yeah. Stretch it out. Once you've rolled out your dough, you can now start to cut circles out of that. I set our yellow circles off to the side, and now we can start to roll out all these other colors. For these colors, I'm going to roll them out the same way, however, I'll roll them thicker than our yellow. To assemble this bread, I'm going to start by taking one of our yellow circles. This again will be our base. I've also got a really small circle cookie cutter here, and I'm going to cut out 4 circles. These will act as our flower petals. Well, once you have your circles cut in your yellow, you can start cutting circles out of your other colors. I'm going to do 4 circles out of 1 for the petals. And then I'll cut another circle out for the inside of our flower. I'll trim that down on the sides though, and then stick it in last. I've cut out a bunch of our bread now looks like flowers. I've got a little garden growing over here. However, these need to bake now to become the bread that they're meant to be. For that bread pan, again, I'm going to be using a big muffin tray here. I've greased each one individually, and I'll just take a spatula and place in our little breads. We now have bread in all of our molds, and we can pop it into the oven at 375 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes, or until golden brown, and when you tap it, it should sound hollow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bring the treats back. That's right. Here we have them, our small talk inspired little bread rolls that we made. I mean, look, they look like flowers, which there's a lot of flowers on the single, and just everything seems to be flowers right now. So we made flowers out of bread. Now I will cut one of these too. Ready to see the inside? Look! Oh my goodness, it's a little flower. This might just be the best thing since sliced bread. The great thing about this bread recipe is it's really simple, and you can also experiment with different colors or even different shapes if you wanted to. If you happen to make this, please share it with me on Instagram or Twitter. And if you have any other requests for another celebrity sweets, leave it down in the comments below. Also, don't forget, faking like we just forget, to share this video, like, and subscribe, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Until next time, savor life and make it sweet. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you enjoyed our small talk. If you did, let me know by hitting that like button down below. And while you're at it, subscribe. You can do it by clicking this cute little donut right here. If you're looking for more content, up here's my latest video, and down here's what YouTube thinks you should watch. That's all for today. I will see you guys in the next video.